Good morning, my darlings. How are you? This is Natalia on the 13th of September 2021. And we've got our live angel messages. What else can I say? We've got another brand new week. Is this year flying by, should I say? Not this week. We've only just started the week, but it's flying by already, isn't it? So I hope that you're all really well. I hope everything is great with you. Now, I have a little announcement to make, and that is that we are going to have a live every day next week. Every single day next week, I will be live with you, and probably around 11 a.m. so we can have a little 11s together. That time may vary. But anyway, I had promised to do that for ages, and we're going to have some lovely readings, and I hope you're going to really enjoy it. So look forward to joining you every day next week, live every day. But today we are live, and the reason why I'm going live every day next week is because we got our stars goal. And all of you have been so supportive with sharing and commenting and liking, and also sending me stars. And you'll see there's a stars icon at the bottom of the screen. So if you enjoy the messages today and you appreciate everything that I do here on this page, you can show your appreciation with stars. And you'll see there's a little stars icon. You just click on it, and then you can buy me a package of stars. And every star that you buy, they start from 1 cent each, goes towards me and supporting this page. So thank you very much. Good morning to everybody. So good morning to Hazel Kings, to Lauren Parker, to Helen Quinn and Nicole South. How are you all doing this morning? Nicole's saying you're not getting notifications again. I know, it's so annoying. You can actually go into the notifications settings, I think. I don't know what Facebook does anymore, really don't. But good morning to Lucy Buxton. Good morning to Lynn Hardy and to Marianne Lagaca, and Kim Wincup's here. Oh, hello Kim. Thank you for the little flower and the star. Jean McRae is here, and thank you so much, Marianne. She's kicked off the stars with 50 stars. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. We've got some lovely, lovely messages coming this week. I can feel it. Can you? Jean McRae, can you feel it? Nicole South, can you feel it? I hope you've all had a really lovely weekend. So this is the card for the first half of the week and the card for the second half of the week. Oops, upside down. We can't have that. And good morning to Laurie Fantasia, and Sorrel Shah is watching as well. How are you all doing? Did you have a good weekend? Now, I had the most productive weekend that I've had in a very long time, and I did loads of decluttering in my house, and I shared it on my Instagram stories. It was a bit fun doing that to show people what I was up to, because sometimes it's grueling doing all that decluttering and all that DIY and the cleaning, isn't it? So I thought, I know I'll just take some little videos as I go along, before and after, to spur me on, but it was well worth it. And then I went for a walk in the woods with my friend Debbie on Sunday, and we walked with pigs and we fed pigs in the woods. And all I can say, it was the most wonderful experience, and pigs are the cutest. They are absolutely gorgeous, and you can stroke them and everything, and they're so loving, especially when you've got a piece of carrot in your hand. They're very loving. But anyway, it was called Pigs in the Wood, and it's just about 9 miles from where I live here in Huddersfield in West Yorkshire. So if you're in the area, or if you want to come down and make a special journey, then it's well worth seeing it. And you can have a cup of tea at the top of the hill and sit with the pigs and have a cake. So it's beautiful. So anyway, taking a card for the whole of the week from my Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty deck. So before I get started with all of the messages, let me just say thank you to Nicole South for the stars. Thank you to Laurie Fantasia for the stars, and good morning to you, in fact, Laurie. Thank you for joining me. Hello, darlings. How are you all? And Barbara Phipps has just come in. Hi, Barbara. You're just in time. Alison Palmer is here. Sabine Hoskins is here. Leslie Stone is here. And Sue Stain is watching as well. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so shall we get started with these messages? Now, I want to just say there's a cosmic happening, and from the 17th of September, which is later in the week, Mercury, that ruling planet of mine, is going retrograde. So Mercury rules the mind, it rules moving parts, it rules communication. And it starts to go retrograde, physically starting to go in its retrograde motion on the 27th of September. But 10 days before, it starts to slow down. And so we start to feel the impact of it. It's called the shadow of the retrograde. So you know how when something's coming towards you, it's casting a shadow. And that's exactly what that's giving us from the 17th. Between the 17th and the 27th, we've got the shadow of Mercury slowing down, slowing us all down. And then we have the Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury retrograde can bring things back from the past for us to deal with. It can bring people up from the past as well, and it can make us do things over. But the universe is always loving and wise. It does that because it wants us to get it right. So if anything has to be done over, has to be reworked, rebooted, restructured, that's because it's really important for you to do that. It's really important for you to have the right foundations in place. It can also mean that people want to get in touch with you, that things that you thought had passed you by come and revisit you again. So it's an exciting time, and you'll start to feel the effect of those energies anywhere from the 14th. So just a little heads up, because it's nice to have that. Before I get started again, I'm just going to say some more good mornings. Good morning to Margarita. Hello, darling. Hello to Teresa McElhill and Debbie Baldwin. How are you doing, my loves? Mary Fleming is watching us, as is Lisa Walkden. Thank you for being here, Anna Margot and Barbara Phipps, and thank you so much, Barbara, for the stars. Lots of love to you. Okay. Oh, and Diane Shake. Sorry, I forgot to say hello to you. Did I say hello to Helen Quinn, Mary Fleming? I always like to make sure I say hello. All right, shall we see what the messages are? Enough of all of that chatting. So this is the first half of the week, so it's Monday through to about the second half of Wednesday. Good morning, Danielle. How are you doing, my love? Okay, so this represents that slowing down that we're feeling. We're starting to feel as though things can get grounded because we are in Virgo season. And Virgo is all about doing the do. It's about our daily routine. It's about getting those routines in place that are going to be, I always say that the things that we do today create our tomorrows. They create our future selves. And so we have to pay attention. We have to be mindful too. The things that we're doing every day, they might seem unglamorous. They might seem unattractive. We want excitement. We want sexiness and kick ass, don't we? But we have to do the grueling, dull, grindy stuff. And this represents all of those things. So it's that showing up day after day after day, that work, eat, sleep, repeat cycle. But all of a sudden we notice that, hang on a second, I planted these seeds, I've been planting them and watering them and tending to them day after day, and then all of a sudden I look and there is the bountiful harvest. There it is. Can you see all those coins on the tree? And she hasn't even noticed. She's still tending to this tree. She's still doing everything, and the tree's going, hey, did you not notice? You're creating all of this goodness. So this serves as a reminder, if we're feeling a bit bored, if we're feeling a bit like we are in Groundhog Day, where you get up on a Monday morning, or if you're in Australia or New Zealand, you're going to bed soon and you think, oh, it's another week. I used to work with this lady, and I used to go into work and she used to go, another day, another dollar. And I was like, oh, I can't stand that. I want excitement. But sometimes we have to be like that. Sometimes we have to be, right, I've got to do what I got to do. I have to go through the motions in order to create my future beautiful self. And then I'll wake up one morning and I'll see all of the ways in which I have created all of this amazing bounty, all of this amazing abundance in my life, abundance in every way. And so the Seven of Earth reminds us that there's magic in the dullness, there's magic in the routine, there's magic in the day-to-day stuff that we don't pay any attention to, because it's the coal that creates the diamonds, right? So you can just step back, you can just carry on doing what you're doing, knowing that you are creating abundance for your future. So that's how we might feel at the start of this week. Let's Try and pop that inside the stand there. Danielle Bowen, good morning to you. I don't know if I said good morning. I've got such a, you know, like when I'm doing several things at once, I can't remember things. Mary Casey's here and Raquel Freitas as well. Good morning to you. So our second card is the Nine of Air. Now this, I always say, this epitomizes Virgo energy. And, you know, even if you're not a Virgo, you haven't got strong Virgo in one of your major planets in your birth chart, it doesn't matter, because Virgo energy infuses itself into all of us. And Virgo is very nervy. Virgo wants to get things right. It wants to dot the I's and cross the T's. It wants to make sure everything is just so. And what can happen is that we can end up worrying and starting to get really nervy about things. We can maybe wake up in the middle of the night and start remembering all those things on our to-do list that we didn't do, or remembering things we forgot about, and we think, oh, I've got to sort that out. It's the monsters coming out of the closet. And they say, there's a saying that says there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Well, Virgo, because it's a grounded energy, it's a very earthy energy, it wants us to be fearful. It wants to stoke the fires of fear and say, what haven't you done? And get you worrying about that. Now, when you worry, you've got to worry twice. You've got to worry because you're worried it might happen. And then when it happens, or, you know, if it does happen, you've got to worry again. So the best thing to do is to just try and, if you do wake up in the middle of the night, instead of focusing on the shadows and the scary stuff, look at the fireflies, look at the beauty surrounding you. Put a nice meditation on, go to sleep to some nice music, or just count sheep, or do the old-fashioned thing of think nice thoughts, think happy thoughts. What did your parents used to tell you when you woke up in the middle of the night and you'd had a nightmare, or you were worried about something? Just do something nice for you. And there's no need to expect the worst, because all is well. It's just that Mercury retrograde starting to cast its shadow over you. Now, I always feel with the Nine of Air as well, is the 9 energy is always about being nearly there. We're nearly there, we're nearly over the line, but not quite. And that is the time when you can feel at your worst. You know, it's the darkest hours just before the dawn and all of those cliches. But it's true, isn't it? Good morning, Nancy, how are you doing? And the thing is that Janet Ray is just watching us, and she did a 50-kilometre walk. And I'm so in awe of Janet. Now, I'm sure that when she was doing her 50-kilometre walk for charity, she's doing it for male suicide prevention, because there's a lot of, you know, things, that research that shows that men don't talk about their feelings as much. And so, you know, there are helplines to support them if they want to ring and have a confidential chat with somebody. And it takes a lot of money to support these helplines. So she did this walk for calm. And so I'm sure that when you were doing your 50-kilometre walk, Janet, that there was a point at which, when you got nearly to the end, where you felt like, I'm hitting a wall here, this is really hard. And they say that the hardest part of a marathon or a big distance like that is the very end of it. Not like the last kilometre or whatever, but say the last 5, that's where you hit that wall, where you're just like, oh, my body is literally creaking, my mind is creaking. So don't worry, carry on, keep on carrying on. And Janet did it. So well done to Janet. I want to send lots of love to Janet, because she's a superstar. And Janet, if you want to post a link to your Just Giving page, if anybody wants to contribute to that really worthwhile cause. I sent my little donation on Sunday. I'm just super proud of Janet. Okay, so don't worry, because you will get there. You're nearly there. This week is all about carrying on, because you're nearly there. And if you stop now, you're going to miss out on all of the amazing gifts of continuing. So, yeah, Janet's saying there was a wall about 10 kilometres out. I can imagine, my love. So it's such a huge achievement. Now, our card from my Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty deck is this beautiful card. I always love it when this card comes out, because it's a reminder to us in a week where we're just having to keep on showing up. It can feel hard. And our angels want us to know that they are surrounding us with love. They are delighted by our progress. They want us to acknowledge all of our little accomplishments which are shown within the different strands of this feather, the magic that we create in the world just by being within it and sharing our gifts and talents. And they want us to know that they are connecting with us and they're sharing their signs and symbols. Your ancestors are with you. They're scattering this magic around you. They want you to feel their support and love and guidance as you push on through this really. It could be very tough. It could just be very boring, but you know, we're not making it trivial. You know, boring weeks can be tough on the psyche. They can be tough on our ability to keep on going. That's why we turn to feeling like things aren't worth it. We've got to have weeks like this because they forge us, they really define us and our spirit. And your angels are saying, we are your cheerleaders in the race of life, and we are with you in every kilometre that you undertake. Isn't that lovely? So connect with them and you'll have endless support. And even if you don't feel like you're connected to them, they are there supporting you regardless. They're not there conditionally going, oh, well, if you spot our signs and symbols, if you pray to us, if you do this and that, then we'll support you. There are no conditions to our angelic guidance and support. It's with you always. It's there for you to tap into or not tap into. It's never withdrawn. It's never withheld for people who set up crystal altars and who do, you know, work with the angels. It's there for all of us and we'll receive it regardless. Okay? So that's the assurance that they're giving us today, which is really beautiful. Astrid Twig, good morning to you, and good morning to Lena. I hope you're well. Maureen McMahon, I hope you're well too. Jennifer Sylvia and Brain Corin, good morning. Good morning, everyone. All right, so shall we have a pick a card reading? Now, before you pick a card, I would like you to just hang on because I've got something to show you. Now, I went out this weekend and I bought lots of cleaning stuff and lots of, you know, like I hadn't had a new sweeping brush in 10 years and I sweep my kitchen floor every day. So I thought I deserve a new sweeping brush. So I went to this amazing place, which is like my spiritual home. It's called Home Bargains, and there's another one next to it called B&M. So they are English stores. I don't know if you have them where you are in your part of UK, but we have them in the northwest because that's where they're based. So if you're lucky enough to have Home Bargains and B&M, you're very blessed, and go down there because it's got some lovely stuff. And I needed some lip balms, so I saw this and I thought, I love this. So it is Nivea, and you get 3 little lip balms, and it says follow your dreams on the box. So I couldn't resist it because I thought, right, I'm going to get the Follow Your Dreams lip balm box with the 3 lip balms, and I'm going to obviously use them because I can put them in different handbags and pockets and things. I'll always have a lip balm because it's getting a bit autumnal out there now. But I can also use them before I start opening them and using them myself. I can use them for the weekly messages. So inside this gorgeous little package, isn't that lovely? I think this would make lovely little Christmas gifts for people. So we've got, I'm going to get them out in random order. We've got this pink one, which is the Pearly Shine. So that's going to be number 1. Then we have the orange one, which is, what's this? Mango Shine. Oh, I bet that smells nice. I want to smell it. It does smell. I can wholeheartedly confirm that it smells of mango. It's beautiful. And then the last one is this lovely blue one, and that one is the Hydro Care. It's gorgeous blue. Aren't they sweet? So I thought I'd use those for our pick a card reading this morning. They have dual purpose. So what would you like? Would you like pink 1, 2 orange, or 3 blue? So let me begin with number 1. So this is the Pearly Shine, and it's like the little message for you is to shine like the star that you are and give yourself lots of self-love. I'm going to sniff this. Oh, it smells like strawberries. Oh my goodness, can't wait to use these. So you are little strawberry shiny people this morning. It's a little message for you. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself to something nice. So our first message comes from this deck, which I've had a big sort out. I've had a big clear out of all the way that I was storing all my oracle cards, and I put them into these trays that are like wicker, raffia, and I can see all my oracle cards now. They're all propped up on their side. So thanks to that, I've been able to dig out a couple of boxes I haven't used in ages. We've got the Moonology cards by this lovely astrologer called Yasmin Bolland. So the first card is this one with the moons on. And your message is, new moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. Isn't that lovely? So it's a beautiful message for you about, you know, the star sign of Cancer is the crab. So it carries its home on its back. So it's an eternal reminder of home, of family, of belonging, of protection. It's the 4th house in astrology, which is about our foundations. It's where we came from, it's where we live, it's where we feel safe and loved and secure. So I know that, you know, you might be, let's just pop that down, you know, going back to our weekly messages, you might be working hard to keep a secure base or to get something that you want. And you might be worried about it. Well, am I doing the right things? Is everything going to be okay? You know, you might be worrying about friends and family. You might be worrying about your financial security. And this card is saying to you, it's okay. Everything's taken care of. Your angels are there protecting you. Yes, you might go through some gritty times. You might go through some worries. But new moons are all about new beginnings. They're all about painting whatever we want on a blank canvas. So it's really important that you go from this place of security and safety. It's like the base of the pyramid, so that you can then grow upwards. So a beautiful message for you there. And your second message comes from the Crystal Angels deck. So it is by Doreen Virtue. I know people have got very strong opinions about her, but I still love the card decks that she produced, and I will always love them. And so the Crystal Angels deck has got lovely. Mary's Michael George is this amazing artist who does the artwork for some of her decks, and he's phenomenal. So let's not you know, underestimate how beautiful his artwork is. And we have Dolomite. This beautiful angel there with these piercing blue eyes. They're almost like a tanzanite colour, aren't they? And she's got that piece of dolomite in front of her, holding that in her hands, and she's saying, stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. Oh, so isn't that interesting? So don't worry. You're taken care of. You've got to stay positive. You've got to stay strong. Isn't that interesting? We have the pink of the dolomite there, just as a reminder that you're loved, you're taken care of, all is well. So it's a very, very powerful message. Now, we've got this beautiful ray of light coming. It's kind of the crown chakra and the third eye, I would say. And that's all about faith, having faith. And if you're buckling under the pressure or the worry or the earthliness of this Virgo season, which does remind us about our security, then it's important to go higher. It's important to always lean into your angels, because they're always there to support you. Good morning, Carol and Winnie Power. Thank you for the stars, Carol. Good to see you. So we have our second messages with the beautiful orange of this mango shine. So orange is very much the sacral chakra. It's about joyfulness and it's about creativity. So let your creative abilities be unleashed this week. Don't be afraid to sing and dance and laugh and have fun. And if things are feeling grindy, as aka this card, if it feels like it's just you're like a hamster on a wheel, then book something in your diary to have some fun. Do something playful that you really enjoy, because your angels don't want you to be dull and sad and feel like life is drudgery. It's really important to get out there and have some fun and do what you're passionate about. What are you passionate about? Have a think about that. When was the last time you did it? So your message from the Moonology Oracle cards is, take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. So this is a big exhale. So this really backs up this message of the orange of the sacral chakra about having fun, being passionate. Exhale. Are you really tense right now? Just feel if there's any tension in your body, in your shoulders, in your face, in your hands, in your arms, and just release, relax. Leslie's got a CT scan today, so you might be feeling a bit nervous, a little bit tense about that. Just take time to exhale. Don't worry, because you have to worry twice. It's really important that you just exhale. Whatever will be, will be. Worrying about it will not make anything different. It will just make you less resourceful and more stressed. And you're harming yourself in the process of doing that. So take time to breathe out. Take some time out this week if you can. Good luck with that CT scan, Leslie. And then our second card, our second message for you is azurite. Look at that beautiful blue. Isn't that gorgeous? Just take a few moments, everyone, to just breathe in. And then exhale and look at those beautiful colours on that card. Aren't they gorgeous? And azurite is giving you deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you're willing to devote time and energy towards therapeutic care. It cannot be underestimated, the importance of giving yourself time, giving yourself joyful moments, even if it is just when this is finished and you finish watching me, go and put on your favourite piece of music. Go and put some classical music or some relaxation music on. Put one of those lovely tissue masks on this evening, or make yourself a nice cup of tea. Whatever it, that 5-minute moment pocket of peace, and just take time to breathe out. Vula, good morning to you. And Janine Smelt, good morning. Happy birthday for last week, Janine. I hope you're well. Okay, was it Janine who had the birth? Actually, I'm second guessing myself now. Laura Savage is here with us as well, and Joy Cook. Good morning, loves. I get things wrong all the time. Good morning, Colleen. How are you doing? So if you chose number 3 and you chose the blue, this one's hydro care. So I very much feel as though you need to hydrate more. So you need to make sure you're taking water on board. Get yourself an extra glass of water today, or get yourself one of those water bottles where you can measure how much water you're taking in. Oh, I'm glad I got that right, Janine. For a moment then I thought, was it Janine's birthday? Anyway, hope you had a lovely time. And this is also hydrocare. Is like water is going to be very healing for you this week. So having a lovely hot shower and spending a few extra minutes in there, just having like letting the water cascade over you and cleanse you. It's beautiful. Get yourself some nice shower gel, nice smelling things, and light a candle. I like candle lit showers. That might sound bananas, but I do. I love to light candles while I'm having a shower. Have a nice hot bath if you can, if you have a bath, if it's not too hot where you are to have a bath. And being near water, having a walk next to a river, or even just, like you can get lots of lovely videos on YouTube where they do some beautiful music, and they just are near a waterfall or a lake or something like that. It's just really good for you to have that hydrotherapy this week. Okay, and your message from the Moonology deck is surrender to the divine, the full moon. So we can't stop the moon from going through its cycles. And this really makes me conscious of this card that came up for the weekly messages, and how this relates to you personally. We worry about things. Things may be happening around us. And there are some things that we cannot do anything about. Things that we have control over, yes. Work on making those things happen, making those things flow. But there are some things you just cannot control, you cannot do anything about. All you can do is control yourself, your thoughts, your fears. Surrender to whatever the divine has in mind for you. Now, this isn't saying give up. I want to really make that clear. But this is saying that sometimes the divine wants us to go in a certain direction, and this is the water energy is a very strong theme for you here. When the moon is full, we're very emotional. It's like dredging up our emotions. It's showing us the things that we had planned, and then the universe had other plans, because the universe knows better than we do. And it wants us to be in a place that it knows is better for us. And you can't resist that, because the universe will always help you to flow towards that. If you start trying to swim against the current, it will push back at you. And when you feel the universe pushing back against you, just flow along with it, surrender. Because the divine has the divine plan, and the divine wants what's best for you and always knows what's best for you, and things are coming to fullness. And there is the unwanted. You know, there are so many things that we don't want to happen. Laurie is going through some really tough stuff at the moment. Nicole's gone through some really tough stuff. I know so many of you are going through tough things that are unwanted. We would never have asked for them. And they are teaching us, they're teaching us on a soul level some really, really important lessons. They're strengthening our soul, our character, everything about us. So surrender to the divine, my loves, no matter how painful it feels, because it will bring its rewards further down the line, I assure you of that. And finally, your message from the crystal angels is Soda Light. Isn't it interesting how that's the blue and we got the blue? So look at that angel. He's just sitting there, feeling the energy of that crystal, sending his intentions. They've got a really strong third eye energy here. The third eye is like believing, it's trusting, it's having faith. It's hearing the messages that want to come through for us, you know, the soul calling. We have to be quiet to hear the soul calling. We can't be chattering and busy and running around all the time. Sometimes we just have to surrender and listen and accept what the soul wants us to hear. And it's saying socialize or join in, make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. Now this can also mean that, you know, sometimes there are new people waiting to join our clan, our soul tribe. And if we're always stuck in the same group or in the same way of being, new doors are waiting to be opened, but old ones want to shut as well. And we have to surrender to the divine to allow those old ones to go, because we can't have everything. We have to go through these cycles, you know, just as I see the trees releasing their leaves, I see that there is change coming. We don't always want it, but when we do allow it to enter, it brings all of this new stuff that we just cannot envisage. It's going to bring some wonderful unions, some new supportive friendships and connections, and it's going to be lovely, I promise you that. So how beautiful is that? It's like he's scrying with that sphere. He's holding that and he's receiving all of the wisdom from it. So really beautiful messages as always. Thank you to the angels for bringing those through for us. Thank you for you earth angels being here with me in my lip balms this morning. And I hope you have a wonderful week. I look forward to going live with you every day next week. I'll give you a reminder, I'll set an event up and then you can remember to join in and hopefully get notified about it. But in the meantime, wishing you well and sending you lots of love and angel blessings.